Can you hear me now? Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio, audio, audio. Can you hear me? Yay! Alright, so fake Amtech Flux from China. Favorite stuff, not. That's what I want to get rid of. Shut the fuck up, man. And then Real Flux. Good stuff. Multi-core liquid flux. Focus camera. Yeah. Let's get this bigger. Yeah, maybe you can read it now. It's so... No, never mind. Well, trust me, that's multi-core flux. And then rosin flux. And then I have some interesting boards here we can try them all on. So some Chinese weird things. I'm just going to solder them up and see how the fluxes perform and how easy they are to clean after that. So we'll go here. And yeah, where shall we start maybe? The fake stuff first, you reckon? Okay, let me put chat bigger so I can see it. If I can work out how to do that from here. Here we go. Let's put it full screen. Yeah. So, fake stuff. We're going to start with that, are we? Okay. I mean, straight away you can see the difference with these in the color. Let's go back to this camera. It's completely different color, although my main flux is main Amtech is quite well a few months old and it's been in the warm, so and it goes darker as the older it gets, but it's anyway different color. It smells different when you use it. So let's go back to the main setup here. Have you tried this fake stuff, Lee? No? Okay. Maybe we use let's try this big board. I don't know what this does. It's weird. This is the instructions it came with, so you'll see how I kind of a bit confused. Can you make sense of that shit? I did an OCR on here, and maybe I can open a Google Translate and see if it will recognize it. So if I do a select all, copy, let's close that, bring out the browser. It is here. If I can get that to show up here. Yep. Okay, well, I'll try it myself here. Do you have any idea what this is supposed to do, this board? I think it's just for soldering practice. I'll try and translate, see what it says. Detect language, because I don't have a clue. It's probably Chinese, I guess. Ah. That's interesting. let's just go ahead and try the fluxes. So this is one side of the board. I guess that's just I wonder if I can make this larger. And there's this other side. I think this is the side that is for the parts, so I'll just solder onto here and see how go from there. Is there audio now though? Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, I think it's fixed now, the audio. So maybe we start with these tiniest ones, 0402, because they're probably easiest to find in this packet of crap. Let's put this on. Which tip do I have on here? Oh, I don't want that one. Let's change that over to the JS02 tip. Yep, that'll do. Machine on, and let's find some components to solder with the fake Amtech first. These look like fun. Some resistor banks. Let's try that. Right. Right, Amtech fake flux. Let's put it down. Something to poke in there. Yes, funny jokes. Whoa! Yes, put loads on there. Maybe I should put a syringe on here. See if I've got some. Yeah. Big thick one. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's do that again. No, that'll do. That's flux on the board. Get some Kester solder. Probably don't even need flux for this because it's flux already in the yeah, it smells. So, phew, that stinks. Phew. Put the fan on. Yeah, it's definitely not the same as Amtech, but it works quite well. I mean, looks a bit weird, kind of what would you say that is this? It's not like clean like Amtech, but the solder is shiny. I mean, it does the job, but I mean, from my experience before, the cleanup is horrible. Let's stick one of these on the board. Get my okay. I don't think I'll bother using hot air. We'll use hot air on the next one. Clean my tip. Hopefully I haven't had too much coffee this morning. Whoops. There we go. Kind of worked quite well. Need a bit more solder. Can you see that okay? Okay, you should try just flux and cap. No solder, just use the lead free on the cap end. Lead free on the cap end. That will give you about other flux solder. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe if I melt some solder into a ball so the flux is burnt out of it and then transfer that onto the board. What do you think? So let's I'll just tidy this up a bit. Whoa, bit too much there. There we go. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, and on the other side I'm going to use Amtech Real Flux on this part here, and I want to let it sit so it cools down, and then we can see how easy it is to clean off compared to Amtech. So don't use solder flux only. Yeah, I don't think there's any enough solder on the component, but we can try. So this is the real stuff, the real deal. Better put a decent amount. I mean, you can clearly see the difference just when you poke it out the tube from these two. Let's put it out of the way a bit so we can, oh, maybe there. This is the fake one here. We'll clean it away afterwards. Well, it's close. I'm going to try anyway. I'll try that without the solder and see how it works, because that does have a lot of this okay. Right, so let's try without solder. That will be interesting. Never done that before. Soldering without solder. That's a great idea, Lee. Where did you get that one from? Alright. Next one. Resistor bank. Do you think there's enough solder on there? Oh, I don't know, I don't think so. Let's give it a go. Alright, clean my tip so there's no stuff on the end. Shaky hands today. Yeah, it's on there. but it definitely needs more solder. Well, I've got lead-free solder, we can use that. I don't know what it's really odd. I don't know if there's any flux in it. Well, let's do it this way. Take this is a piece of solder here I have on my mat, which is been melted, so I can pick that up. It doesn't have any flux in it. We'll run that over the joints. Oh, it worked quite well. I mean, to me anyway, that's a big difference in how smoothly that flowed compared to the other one. Right, now we have 2 more fluxes to try. Maybe on a different side of the board so we can keep them separate. Just put one of these ICs on because they're fun. I like doing that. It's always fun to drag solder. You know, put a dress on and solder, drag soldering. Never mind. So, let's try this liquid multi-core flux for this. Well, I cleaned the tip fixings, and with the, so there was maybe a little bit solder on there. And yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I've also noticed when I've been using this fake Amtech, which this one, it's been this fake Amtech, it's been evaporating much quicker than the real Amtech. It's also if you use a higher temperature, now I'm using 365 degrees centigrade, and when I'm working in the 390-400 range, this Amtech flux burns really easily. The fake Amtech, it burns much quicker than the original one. So I mean, there are subtle differences you can get, and I mean, there's nothing wrong really with the fake stuff. It's just a bit more extra work, if you ask me. But just, I mean, for me, for the cost of a few dollars, I definitely prefer to use this, and these fake ones that I had from the which I've been testing, I just give away to people when they need the flux. Okay, yeah, I wish I had some quick chip to test actually. Well, I'll give this this liquid flux is mainly meant for BGA reballing, so I don't know how well it will work here, but let's try it. Let's put a maybe one of this, or go this way, I guess. Get that on the screen. I think this is a timer. Is it LM555? NE555, that's a timer chip. So let's blob some liquid flux on there. I don't really use this stuff at all, it's just something I wanted to try one day. To use probably one of these to apply it. Don't have any spare syringes left. So flux on there, yeah. I'll put the lid on this, otherwise I'll knock it over when I stingy flux. Gonna probably need more than that. It's a bit like a flux pen, innit? How flux pens use this. I bet you could refill a flux pen with that. And then some solder. Try not to move the chip. It's already evaporated, I think. Yeah, this flux sucks for this kind of work. There's anyway flux in the solder, so yeah. Okay, get in there. Personally, I don't see any difference with that to using that or just the normal solder with the flux in it. I mean, they're pretty good joints, I think. Let's get drilled down there and have a look. Oh, it's little bits. Pity, like pits in the solder where I prefer them to be more smooth. But it's good enough. And then this stuff. I hate using this stuff. I don't know why anyone even bothers. But it's cheap. It's good for cleaning the iron, but it's just a pain in the arse, basically. Putting it in one way. What shall I solder with this? I don't even know. Let's put one of these transistors on, maybe, because I can't make a mistake putting it in the wrong place then. Alright, let's get one of these out. So what flux shall we use for this one? The rosin. And then I'm going to do a large amount in one go with the fake and then with the original. So here I would probably just put one pin down first and then do the rest afterwards. So let's see if we can find a piece of rosin from here. In my glasses because I'm blind as a bat. Right. You can also use your soldering iron to get it, but I'm not. My tip's so small it doesn't stay on the end. Just be generous, so get a good idea how nice it is to clean up afterwards. Everything's sticking to me now. Clean the tip. Solder. This actually works very well. It's just difficult to put on the board and clean afterwards. It sets like really solid. I mean, there's our now. Where did I put the transistor? That's there. Yeah. Only meant to put one ball of solder, but never mind. This will work. It will certainly keep the. Look at that! It's completely like some rock already. I guess I should mix it with some isopropanol. There we go. I guess we're going to have to clean that off now because there's no way that's going to come off without heat and well, let's leave it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Desoldering GPU size chips. You want me to desolder a GPU? Well, I've got loads of those. My thing is, I'll have to preheat the board because my Tenma hot air station It's not quite as powerful as a Quick, and it struggles a little bit. It will take a while. Could though. I'm tempted, you know. But so test the flux with desoldering. Yeah, I wanted to see what I've got here in my box. What about some RAM chips? These NVIDIA boards really suck the solder up. Suck the heat up. I've got tons of old NVIDIA cards here. Oh, this one's already had the GPU taken off of it. There's some RAM chips on here I could take with try with the flux. Should we try that? Ooh, what a smell. It's coming from outside, burning rubber, plastic. Oh shit, it's me. Great, I put my soldering iron into the wrong holder. Oh, fuck. That's probably ruined it. Melted my toothbrush. That's what happens when you put your soldering iron in the wrong holder. Fuck's sake. Right. I think that's cleaned it off enough. Alright. Just quickly tin this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, right, back to the plan. So let's try and clean this off and then we'll take fire on stream. Yeah, almost. So let's get the try to take this clean this up a bit and see how it cleans up. Get some focus in here. And then after that we'll try the fluxes on this on these RAM chips and see how they perform. I'll do these two big QFPs first, and we can see it with the fake and see how the drag soldering goes with that. But first let's clean this, or try to clean it. So this first one is the fake Amtech Flux. Let's try first with just a cotton bud and 99.9% IPA. Yeah, that's really nice. Not at all. That's okay, it's going away. But I think I'm going to have to get a brush in there. It tends to leave, I've noticed it leaves a weird, like gunky residue, like film on the board. You have to clean it many times. So now, that's not too bad now, but it's only a little bit. Let's try with the toothbrush, my melted toothbrushes. try to keep it away from my original Amtech. I mean, the actual solder joints are very good for that fake flux, so can't complain there. I mean, that just needs, with a toothbrush maybe in there, a bit harder, but I don't want to screw this up. This is, I mean, it's thick, but it's not as thick as this was, and I think it's going to be easier to clean. So a bit of IPA. This is now the original Amtech Flux. Yeah, it came up right away. See, that other stuff was just turning into some kind of goop. This is much easier. Dissolves easier with the IPA. We don't even need to brush it. I'm going to brush it anyway a little bit, just to be fair. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that the Real Amtech is the better one, just from the cleanup. And those are perfect joints. Nothing cold or dry or pitty. It's shiny joints. No, that's cold. Yeah, that's right. And now this is this is rosin flux. I think we're going to need hot air to get this fucker off. Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, it's like crystallized back to its former self. Well, let's try it. Put some IPA on there, see if it dissolves. I'm going to inject it on there. It dissolves in IPA, this stuff, so dissolve. Yeah, it's still there, and no way. Yeah, I have to heat that up, I think. I mean, who wants to work with this on an iPhone? I know people do, but to be honest, I think I'd rather not have the extra trouble and the extra time of cleaning up, you know. I'm going to put the hot air on. Try to get that off with hot air. Try not to make another fire. Now my table is how I like it. Nice and not organised and in total chaos. This is how it should be working. So we're up to temp. That's probably too much, but anyway, it makes it easier for me to get it off. Maybe I should use the brush. Let's try this first. I've only got about 260. That's easier. It's coming off now. Try not to set fire to the IPA. It's still in the middle there though, to get a brush in there. Right, burn! Get it well melted. I really like the clean joints it left. can't complain about that. Very, very clean and shiny. Very nice. Nothing like a shiny solder ball to make your day. There's still residue around there. It's very difficult to clean properly, but I mean, I don't think this is corrosive, this flux, so maybe in an ultrasound it will clean it better. Well, I can try it. I'll stick it in the ultrasonic after, and we can see. Maybe I'll won't clean it at all with the Amtech and the fake and this, and then I can stick it in the ultrasonic and we'll see how that cleans the flux off afterwards. What do you reckon? Yeah, let's do that. Right, so RAM. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to need to change my thing. Let's turn that. I have to clean this a bit. So, fake Amtech first. Let's get my squeegee thing. Shitloads of fake. Let's do a Lewis Rossman style of fluxing. Is that enough? Do we need more? Half a tube is enough, I think. Alright. Now quickly change the tip on here, the nozzle. Maybe don't even need a nozzle for this. No, I think I'll use it anyway. Right, put our heat on all the way up to the, and maximum everything, because these are fuckers. Right. Good angle. I'll turn this around a bit. This flux lets a lot of smoke off as well, so it's probably a good idea to have a fume extractor when you use this stuff. It's spreading everywhere. Oh, that smell. Don't like the smell of this at all. Okay. Let's try a bit further away with the Amtech. That stinks though, it really smells. I much prefer the nice pine smelling of the Amtech. You can see it kind of stays a bit more liquidy, this Amtech flux, and it stays around the chip better. So what's your opinion on that? I think it's clear that the original Amtech did a better job. Compare the condition of the solder once cleaned up. So you want me to, do you want me to go over it with an iron first, or just clean it without an iron? Maybe, oh, let's clean it without an iron first. Okay, so let's take this excess here away already with this, because it's so much of it. It just runs everywhere, that other flux. Right, where's my... Oh, you can't see. It's going to look the same around the board, because now it's mixed when I'm cleaning them both at the same time. Get some more tissue paper. So, this is the one from the non-Amtech. Have I had my light turned up? Yes. Oh, is that in? Maybe that's two. Okay, so this is the non-Amtech balls. I mean, they look pretty good, I think. I wouldn't put the chip back on them. But, I mean, it's no big deal. No, nothing. No, this is the real Amtech. I mean, they look pretty the same to me. Maybe a little bit shinier, the Amtech ones, but it's hard to say really. What's your opinion? This is Amtech full magnification. And then the same place where the fake Amtech here. Let's turn my heat off. It's not really in focus, is it? I mean, I think they both did a pretty good job. What do you reckon? Yeah, the cleanup is the thing. I mean, anyway, they cleaned up pretty good. The board's pretty clean, I think. So can you get a better look here? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clean, the board, from both sides. But I did use a lot of IPA. I mean, it's really close. I think I have a stencil for these, otherwise I could put them back. Could use a universal stencil. I lost the other one already, so yeah. Well, so that's the RAM. What was the next plan? I already forgot. Oh yeah, ultrasonicking. So let me get the ultrasonic on. This is my ultrasonic system, how I heat it up quickly when I'm in a hurry. I don't know if you can see that. I just stick an immersion heater in the end, in the top there. It takes about 3 minutes to come to temperature, 3-4 minutes. It's 2 kilowatt heater, much quicker than the internal heater. Now we need to make some soldering to ultrasonic and see how that comes out. So let's put these QFPs on with Amtech and fake Amtech and see how that comes out in the ultrasonic. So 2 QFP chips. I'm going to quickly clean these pads with IPA. So shall I hot air these or drag solder them? What's the volt? Drag solder or hot air? Or hot air on one and drag solder the other? Oh, maybe we can hot air one and drag solder the other one. Well, that would be a bit unfair, wouldn't it? To compare them, but maybe it's the best way to test would be drag soldering them both, because that would really show the flux and its potential. Yeah, let's do it that way. So these go this way on the board. Yep. Okay. Switch this over. So there we go. Is that, can you see that? Does it fit in the view? Yeah, there we go. So we're going to do the first one with a fake Amtech here. Just want to pin the chip down first. So I mean, can you probably do it without taping it? But it's the easiest way to start these is to tape it down, and then let's get this in a better, easier place so I can more comfortable. Tape it down and then solder a couple of pins. But I don't think I'll bother with the tape. Yeah, it's pretty much in line. Where these are so big, these chips, it's much easier to line them up. some fake Amtech. Soldering iron. Get some solder. I have solder paste on the side of my mat here, which is easier just to dip the soldering iron in when you don't have an extra hand, and you can just then. Oh, yuck! Don't like that. Bit too much solder. Whew, that stinks. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wick that a bit. Get the old wick out. There we go. Put some more fake Amtech down, because I mean, ugh, look how horrible that looks compared to. It's really different to the original. Make sure we got some good joints there. Yeah, nice. Then the other sides. I'll just quickly check the temperature in the. It's nearly ready there. Okay, let's put this. Now it's pinned down, it's easier. I can just go with the solder. Off. Let's do the other two sides in one go. I've actually got a BC02 tip, which is good for this. Keeps the solder in the tip. BC2C or something. I can't remember actually now. It has a the hole in the end, and it holds solder, so it's easy. Let's try that. Change the tip. Tube. Now it's supposed to be really easy. This is meant for this. This tip is made for doing this kind of work. So up to temperature. Let's clean it a bit. Some fresh solder there. And if you can see that under the microscope, there's a well in the middle here, which fills with solder, so that you can just even just drag it down like that. How's that look, huh? Do you like that? Oh, you missed it. It wasn't even on the camera. Okay, let's do it once more. So it has a well in it, which holds the solder. So just put a little bit of solder on the end. I'll clean the tip first before we start. Bit of solder into the well, and we can simply just go. And that's it. How do you like that? So we won't clean this. We're going to put it straight into the ultrasonic. I'm going to put. Just quickly check that temperature again. see. So now I want to get this old Amtech away actually from that where we're going to use the Real Amtech. So just take a little bit away. Yeah, that to the side. Let's get our second chip. Actually, the Ultrasonic I know already takes this shitty Amtech away pretty well, but let's give it a go. I'll try put some that hard rosin in there as well. See how that works. Okay, we in focus. Yeah. So I'm going to drag solder this one again. Make sure I've got solder. That might be a bit too much solder. I think we've got a little bit of a thing at the end there. Let's get that off. There we go. So that leaves us free to do the rest, all three sides quickly. Flux. This is original Amtech. You can never use enough flux, I don't think. It's just the cleaning up, of course, is a bit pain in the ass afterwards, but alright, a little bit of solder on the end of my shaky hand. We go down here like this. Oh, I wasn't in focus, sorry. Let's do the other two, let's try to get it in focus here. Alright, that's better. Okay. A little bit of flux on it. Solder on the, do it down here like this, a bit more on the end there, yeah, and the other side, clean the tip, flux there. There you go. Very nice. So we can see now the very big difference between the two fluxes, how they look when it's been this is the fake Amtech, this is the real Amtech. So let's let that dry and then we'll stick it in the Ultrasonic. Let's put this big one on with shall I use this hard rosin for that? I'm going to have to hot air though if I do that, yeah, because it's going to go hard too quickly, isn't it? So yeah, let's use hot air and this rosin flux. Is that the right way? Yeah, okay. So rosin flux, we'll see how this comes off in the Ultrasonic. I guess I'm going to have to think how I'm going to use this. Let's put a big lump on the board. Give me a big chunk, yeah. In fact, I might be able to dig some out. This tip's so wide. Let's try. More solder. Enough flux there. Oops. Okay. Right. Get our hot air on. Here. Oh wow, it's already gone solid, that stuff. To hold it in place, I think, until it goes on. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my trick to holding these chips in place, it's the same when doing the iPhones and stuff. I kind of, because I have a bit shaky hands, I kind of push the tweezers to the board, so that kind of keeps the in place. So if you're trying to hold it, like, let's get this off. So if you're trying to hold this, get out of that Amtech. Not allowed to use Amtech. It's going to be rosin now. So yeah, when you're trying to hold the chips like this, I mean, I have so shaky hands. It's like, I mean, with this size chip, it's much easier. But for me, I find if I put the tweezers touching the board when it's in place, like so, then it keeps the chip much steadier. Although with this one it's not really necessary. Right, let's try. Okay, is it stuck? No. It's probably not even touching. Yeah, okay. Now we're free to hot air. Whoa, still that's taking the heat a lot. Right, I think I have to go over that with the iron. It looks horrible. Yeah, I don't like this flux for this job. Okay, get the iron out. It's going to be interesting with the, I think I'll change the tip again because it's, that flux is not going to work with drag soldering, that's for sure. Wait for my tip to get up to temperature. We in focus? Yep. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should change it to soldering 101. Although I don't consider myself a great solderer. Right, let's touch these up. There. Okay. Right, that's the 3 fluxes. Fake Amtech, and rosin flux. So, should we stick this in the ultrasonic now? Let's see how it goes. So we say maybe 5 minutes is long enough? Yeah, let's try that. So ultrasonic's on now. It's quite noisy, my ultrasonic. What can we do while we're waiting for that? Continue soldering some stuff. Let's try this fake Amtech on a I've got some donor boards here. I can try to take a TriStar off or something. Do we have a TriStar on here? Looks like it's been raped already. Yeah. What's this one? That's an i7. Yay. It's i7. Not using my i7 donors for this. What's this one? That looks like an i7 as well. No, that's an i6. Yeah, we can use this. Yeah, this one will do. It hasn't been touched. Right, fake Amtech on a TriStar. I need to change my nozzle again. So, get my board holder out. I need my board holder for this. Let's tape it down maybe. Three minutes left on the ultrasonic. Let's see if I pointed the air in the right direction, huh? There's my hooky thing. So, fake Amtech. Let's get that a bit better. Shaky hands suddenly. Okay, that's the ultrasonic. Let's quickly grab that. Wow, check this out. So it was only 5 minutes in there, not even that, 4 or 5 minutes, and right away. I haven't brushed it. Normally I soak in alcohol and brush, but look at this. This is the fake Amtech. Look how horrible it's gone. Huey, nasty. Hasn't really moved at all. It's going to need scrubbing. This is much better. It's just water. If I dry that, it'll be okay. Yeah. So I mean, there's the cleanup answer for the Amtech and the fake Amtech from the ultrasonic. Of course, I didn't expect this to come off, although it isn't bad actually. It's quite clean. This is the standard rosin. It's actually worked better than the fake Amtech. Can you believe that? It's cleaner than the fake Amtech. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look how clean that is compared to the other one. Wow. Okay. Right. Let's try our fake Amtech TriStar job. Alright, come on. Oh, I can't even see it so far zoomed out. Okay. It's already dried up the flux, you know. I don't like that. That's completely dried up. Yeah, I mean, with the Real Amtech, it doesn't dry up that fast. Put some more fake Amtech down. And you can imagine how fun if right, so think of it this way. So after you've put your TriStar back with this fake Amtech, yeah, and then you, even if you rinse it with alcohol and then put it in the if you want to clean it, the ultrasonic, in the ultrasonic under the chip's going to be like this, isn't it? So after the ultrasonic, it's all this crap's going to be under the chip still, you know. With the original Amtech, it's going to be clean. That's the no clean. So what do you have to say about that, huh, Mr. Fake Amtech? Yeah. Right, clean these up a bit. Right. Normally use a micropencil for this, but can't be bothered to get it out now. Toothbrush. Now we'll see how if it cleans up easy like this way. I mean, I think it's leaving some shit on the board myself. I just want to use my Real Amtech now just to clean it up better. Gross. Yeah, I really don't like this flux. More fake Amtech going down. Normally I would not need to do it this many times. Okay. Right. Cleaned up pretty good now. Yeah, I mean you can get away with it. Right, let's stick another TriStar on there then. Well, there's any point because it's not working, that board anyway. Don't want to waste a new one. Let's reball this old one, and it's a bit raped when I took it off. We'll reball it with the Amtech Flux, the fake Flux, so you can see how that goes. Nope, not this one, not my real Flux. Fake Flux again. Yeah. I mean, I've been reballing with this before, it works. Again, it's that cleanup, you know. Okay. C of isopropyl. Oh, where'd you go? Do it. That's good enough. There's a bit shit on the side. Yeah, I don't care if I swear really on stream. Screw it. Yeah, it's clean enough. I think there's some shit in the middle there. No. Okay. Oh, it's so dirty now here. Tries down here. Okay, let's get that a bit cleaner. Here, let's get those cleaned up. I think there's some shit there. Yeah. So, stencil. That one will do. It's a TriStar on it, does it? No. It should have TriStar on it, yeah. Dirty stencils. TriStar there. That must be TriStar. Yeah. Huge holes in this one. Okay. Some paste. Some really dry paste here. A bit too dry actually. Yeah, it's dry. Oh shit. Use some fresh paste. We'll manage with this. Oh, it wasn't in focus, sorry. There you go, is that better? Okay, pop this up. More Amtech Flux for shiny balls. Shiny ball flux. The fake Amtech again, still using the fake stuff. Now I have to clean it after. Bugger. There we go. Chocolatey, shiny, salty balls. Right, I really don't want to use this flux anymore after today. Only maybe if an emergency I'm out of real. This stuff, it's horrible. Oh no. I don't know how they get away with calling it Amtech, to be honest. Shiny balls? Like my shiny balls? Good, huh? Ah, very nice. Let's put this back on with our crappy Amtech Flux. Fake Amtech Flux, not crappy Amtech Flux. Oh, wait a minute, how'd that happen? Okay. It doesn't matter which way this goes round because I'm anyway, it's a bad board, so just for testing the flux. Put some fake Amtech Flux down. Just a minute. Yeah, sure. Here you go. Thanks. Right, back to the task at hand. Now, where did I put the... Now I'm wondering where I put the trust when I got up. I lose it. Oh no, there it is. Right in front of me. So we got focus. There it goes, it's on. Little nudge, yeah, it's fine. That's so good. So, and then the cleaning up, the fun part with the fake Amtech. So let's do that. Let's see how that looks afterwards. Normally I just use toothbrush and my Friday night alcohol. Best to let it cool a bit before you start cleaning it also, if you're working on a proper board. Yep, that's done. It's quite clean, but I wouldn't like to imagine what's under this chip. Shall we have a quick look? All sorts of nasties. Oh, doesn't look too bad actually. I was expecting to see a lot of flux under there. Maybe I blew it out. A little bit of flux. Yeah, still I prefer my original Amtech. That's about covers it, I think, for those. So we've let's summarise a little bit. First we tried 3 different components with first the fake Amtech Flux. Let's get the camera on. So first we used the fake Amtech, which is this. Looks like this. It looks like a real one, but it's not, trust me. And then we used another one with the Real Amtech Flux, which looks like this. And then we used the multi-core liquid flux, which I mean, this is probably good for BGA work mainly, or refilling your flux pen. And then we used the rosin. And I mean, the Amtech Flux, it works very well. I think it's the fake Amtech works kind of very well. It just smells horrible. It's really goopy and hard to clean, but it does the job. I mean, it works. Can't deny that. The Real Amtech is a clear difference on the cleanup. So I mean, I don't even need to say anything about that. It works great. The this stuff, multi-core flux, I mean, it dries up too fast. It's too liquidy for this kind of work. But I think on a micro BGA level, it's much better for that. The rosin flux works brilliantly. I think it works really well for soldering, but it's just the cleanup, and to be able to put it on the board is very difficult to use. I mean, I know you can dissolve this in isopropanol and to make your own liquid flux or paste, let's say. That is probably the best way to use this, but then you have the cleaning up issue when it sets to a hard resin. And if you dissolve this into an isopropanol solution, I think when you heat it up, it's going to evaporate all the isopropanol, and when it sets, it's going to be left with this hard resin again on the board if you don't clean it right away after soldering. So that's about it today. Maybe I'll make another stream and we'll finish off this board, but I really don't want to be soldering with that fake shit anymore. Yeah, oh yeah, customer. No, that was my accountant come to borrow some tomato ketchup, because I've got a fridge in my room here. And they stole my pizza, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm still gonna say the same what I've always been saying, and that is this fake Amtech it's nowhere near as good as the proper stuff, simply for the cleanup, and it feels, smells, and you know, it's just not worth the extra time. And you know, if you want to do a good job, you don't want to be leaving people's boards in a mess either. It's clear from the ultrasonic how that showed up. Get the interview. I mean, that's the original Amtech after ultrasonic, and this is the fake Amtech after ultrasonic. I mean, I know what I'd be using. So you make your decision. That's anyway, a little bit of fun and testing, and thanks for watching. Ciao, see you later, bye.